We have Arvindakshan now who sent a question through email. He says that he's 56 years old. Now he wants to know that at his age, what would be better, reverse mortgage or loan against property?
He is not yet eligible for a reverse mortgage. Reverse mortgage, I think the eligibility is 62 years, but it is definitely not 56. So right now he can't get a reverse mortgage. He has to take a loan against property. Now if he's got a house which is worth a lot, say worth 1 crore, and he wants to take a 3 lakh or a 5 lakh loan, it doesn't make sense also to take a loan against property. But if that is the only asset he has, then he should take a loan against property. So right now he does not have a choice. Another 6 years he has to wait for doing a reverse mortgage. And if he wants to do a reverse mortgage, it makes sense to wait, because the longer he waits, the better the rates he will get. So at 56, he will not get a reverse mortgage. I think he'll have to wait till he's 62. And if I were him, I would wait maybe till 70 to take a reverse mortgage. So a loan against property makes sense. I'm assuming he has some source of income from which to repay, since he's only 56, maybe he's got 4 years service. So he should repay that loan out of his salary. But yeah, he's got no choice. He's got to take LAP, loan against property.
Right. And very quickly before we go on, we have discussed this earlier, Subra, but if you could just break down what is reverse mortgage, because it's not a product that a lot of people are familiar with.
Yeah, reverse mortgage is not something which very many banks offer. I mean, to the best of my knowledge, I know PNB, Punjab National Bank, offers this. At least they offer it in North India. I'm not sure whether they offer it in the West and whether they offer it in the South. Now, here is your property in which you're living. You're, say, 65, 70 years of age. You don't feel like leaving that locality, and you don't have enough cash flow. But you have a nice house worth a couple of crores maybe. So you say, okay, I will give this house back to a company which can now own it and pay me something against that, like in installments. However, you continue to be the owner, you continue to live there, and they agree to pay you something per month. This is exactly reverse of what would happen in a mortgage.
So here the bank is paying you an EMI.
Bank is paying you an EMI. Bank has taken the big property from you. Just by possession of title deed, they will. You need not transfer it to them. The deposit deeds will lie with them, and they will pay you something every month. Let's say 7,000, 8,000, whatever per month. That comes to over a 15-year period if they have paid you. After that, if you and your spouse have died, it will sell off that house and recover its money and pay off the balance to the heirs, maybe your children or whomever you want to give it to. So that's the process where you get something. So it's useful in your old age if you keep getting some cash, which you can live, because you don't care what happens to the house after you die. So while you're living there, you can draw something out of it.
Right. And you also kept saying a couple of crores. I'm talking about the property value here.
Yeah.
Is it necessary that the property value should be in a couple of crores? What if you own property which you probably stay in a small town and your property value is less than 1 crore?
You can still do it, but the question is the property should not be more than 15 years or for age. So if it's a very old flat, you will not get it. It's like, trying to buy an old flat. If you try to buy a house which is more than 17 years old, you will not get a home loan. Right? So you have to be careful as to what you're doing. So if you have a new house, if you bought a house when you're, say, 60, good chance that at the age of 75, when you want a reverse mortgage, you will get it. But if you bought a house when you were 40, by the time you're 75, this is a 35-year-old property, you will not get a reverse mortgage. So that's an issue. Yes, you can get for a smaller amount also, but the question is, it's still not very popular. So if Punjab National Bank is doing it in North India, maybe they're not doing it in South India. At least I know that State Bank of India and HDFC Limited are not doing it. So the question is, will you be able to find somebody, and you will have to take a haircut. You think the market value of the house is 2 crores, but if they value it only at 1 crore, and then they will pay you a percentage of that. It could be 5% or 6% of that. So the amount comes to a very small amount.
Right. So Arvindakshan, all of that is something that you need to really consider before opting for a reverse mortgage. And like Subra pointed out, you're not really eligible for it just yet. You're still too young for that particular product. But loan against property is something that you can, of course, look at.
You can watch live TV on our website, mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.